Alright then, SH Figuarts, Tekken 8, Jin Kazama. And there he is, straight out of the box. This is what he looks like. Loads of attention to detail on this figure. Look at the paintwork. So this is Jin in his Tekken 8 default outfit. And he looks absolutely perfect. Like he's just stepped straight out of the game. And this is all the accessories that he does come with, as well as an additional background, which is a render from Tekken 8, the stage that you will play on as Jin Kazama's stage. And just like the SH Figuarts Street Fighter figures, the background piece does come in two separate pieces, and you put them together to create the stage. So it doesn't come with a figure stand. What you see here is everything that you do get with the figure. So you get 4 pairs of hands, 3 head sculpts, and the figure itself. So here we have a head sculpt where he's angry, or he's shouting, or he's in an action pose. The attention to detail on these head sculpts is phenomenal. Like I said before, it looks like he's just come straight out of the screen. Close to perfect renders for this figure. And again, the paint work, no issues with the paint. Nice and clean. And lots of fine details. And with this one, he's looking off to the side with some relaxed hands. So he's definitely not ready to fight in this stance. But he's looking quite suspicious as he looks off to his left. Again, the detail on the face. Is just perfect. It's a perfect sculpt for this character. And back to the default head that he comes with in the box. And I've put the other additional hands on there, which is more relaxed hands, but these are more of an open palm hand. And you can see the paint work on the gloves. You can see the metal studs on there. He's painted immaculately. So the details that they've put into this figure, they've put a lot of work into this. Whoever's been the painter or the designer on this team has done a phenomenal job with this. I mean, you can see the jacket that he's got on. There's just loads of detail in that jacket. Loads of detail in the design. And then moving down to his legs, he's got this belt that wraps round his leg here. You can see this unplugs, so that just plugs back in. There's loads of areas where they could have messed this up. And from what I'm looking at, the paint is just perfect. All the way down to his boots. He's got those biker boots going on there with the metal studs. Right, with this being the Tekken 8 version of Jin, he does come with the outfit that he wears in Tekken 8. So the posability of the figure is slightly hindered by the jacket that he's wearing. So the sculpt with the jacket, it is a soft plastic, so it's almost like a rubber. But it does slightly impact the way that this figure poses. For example, with the elbows, he does have single jointed elbows. But you can see that that's the only range of motion that we're going to get there with the elbows. Now, if this figure was released with his classic outfit, which is just the pants without the jacket, without the t-shirt, with him being a topless figure, he would pose a lot better, so you would be able to get him into better poses. But obviously, with this being his default outfit in Tekken 8, this is the outfit that they've gone with, this is what we've gotten. And the way that they've executed this is pretty much as good as we would come to expect, being that he's wearing this jacket, which hinders a lot of his posability. For example, if I move him to the side and I fetch in another SH Figuarts figure, which is this guy. So with this guy being a topless action figure, you can see you will get a lot more range of motion in this figure than what you will with Jin, especially in the elbows. You can see he's just a lot more posable because the jacket does get in the way slightly on the Jin action figure. So then, looking at posability of the figure, he is very posable and he will move exactly like you would expect an SH Figuarts figure to pose. So if you've got any of the Street Fighter figures from the Street Fighter line, he will move like the Street Fighter figures do. He doesn't have much neck articulation when you try and make him look up. His head doesn't go any further back than that, but he does get Quite a deep neck bend when you make him look down. His head is attached on a separate joint to the neck. He has a diaphragm cut as well as a waist cut. In the elbows, again single jointed elbows. He has double jointed knees. Now, I've had no issues with this figure with the joints, so all of the joints are nice and smooth. There's been no stuck joints, there's been no issues where I feel I've needed to heat up the joints. There's been no issues where I felt like I'm going to break any of the joints. He's very poseable and he moves very nicely. Again, much like the Street Fighter figures. His sculpt is more realistic than the Street Fighter figures, as you'll see. I'm going to do some size comparisons and you'll be able to see him stood next to some of the Street Fighter figures. So then, if we bring in Guile, which is the SH Figuarts Guile, you can see the sculpt is a lot more stylized. So Street Fighter has that animated look, that anime style, whereas Tekken goes for a more realistic style. Stood next to each other, they do work in terms of scale, but you can see a difference in the sculpt because of the stylization of the two games. And here he is next to SH Figuarts Ken. Again, they scale very nicely with each other. So stood on a shelf, this does look good, but they're just stylized differently. Ken with that more animated anime look. And just for anybody that's interested on how they scale with a Mafex, this is Mafex Cyclops. So my final thoughts for this figure. Personally, I'm very happy with this. I've been waiting a long time for Tekken figures in the style of the SH Figuarts Street Fighter. And this figure being the way that it is, the way that it feels, the way that it looks, I feel like this is a perfect release of Jin Kazama. Now we do have Kazuya. He's about to be released next month, so he's going to be coming out and I'm really looking forward to seeing what else we're going to get from the Tekken line. Personally, I hope that they go down the route of releasing some of the classic outfits because for me personally, it's the classic outfits that I prefer when it comes to Tekken. They're the ones that give me that nostalgia of playing the games, the earlier games. These figures being the Tekken 8 versions of the characters in the newer outfits. I can't complain about this. I feel the detail is perfect when you get these in hand and you feel just how they feel and you see how they look in person. They are just phenomenal, the detail that they've managed to get with these. So yeah, I couldn't be happier with this release. I'm really looking forward to seeing what else we're going to get in the Tekken line. I hope with Tekken, as well as with Street Fighter, they continue just to keep giving us characters and to keep giving us more from these franchises. Looking forward to getting Kazuya, who again, as I've explained, will be released next month. And just to see them stood side by side, really looking forward to that. So yeah, I'd say this is close to as perfect of a release for a Jin Kazama figure.